I think I'm going to work on this project first, but we'll probably turn around and work on this project some tonight because I need to make some progress. And I have a question because one end is not like the other, and I don't know why. So if you all could help me, that would be great. I'm really hoping I don't have to frog the whole thing, but if I do, then that will be the second time I've had to just cut and run. But this is going to be a little hand applique, and it is going to be the sign for I love you. The great thing about making a hand is to be a flat hand. The great thing about making a hand is you can do peace sign, you can do middle finger, you can do whatever you want. Um, so I'm going to make the I love you first, and then if that goes well, then I will uh, do the other. So I'm using a G hook for this. I'm using my Streamline Metal furls. Now I just have to find the pattern in my. Do I still have the pattern? I have so many patterns in my Google. Hi, Carrie. Hi, girlfriend. Hi. If you say a little bit later, I'm going to talk about my mental health update, because I had a really bad day yesterday and um, really couldn't even dream of streaming, much less doing anything else. And it was a messy day for sure. Okay, I don't see how am I. Not great to be honest. Just having a bunch of mental health problems. I also just go ahead and get started. So I was in the hospital yesterday, and I didn't tell a lot of people. I told some people in Army of Weirdos, and that was pretty much it. I uh, didn't want anyone to worry about me, but was having suicidal thoughts and was making plans to do those thoughts. Not making plans, but I had serious plans to do them. So they tell you to go to the ER, and the ER was a miserable fail. And now I'm just like, what am I supposed to do if this happens again, or I feel this way now? I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Um, so kind of feeling a little upset, little out of it. But how are you, Carrie? I miss you a lot. And I'm gonna try to find this pattern while you. Let's see if it's my. So the crisis line will get an ambulance out to you, and they will take you to the hospital, and the same thing will happen. So it doesn't get any better. Um, Unfortunately. And I don't mean to say like you've been sleeping. That's good. Sleeping is good. I haven't been sleeping as good as I'm supposed to. So, although last night I did get like solid like 10 hours of sleep, which was really nice. Um, I don't know where this pattern is. Let me see if I can find. Um, Stupid C. Let's see. And sign crochet. This will hopefully just. Ooh, they have one that's like puffed up. Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. Trying to find the one that I did, but there's some puffy ones that I'm really feeling. So I'm gonna have to start over. But anyway, okay, I get it. Yeah. Do you have it? Is that what you have right now going on? Cotton yarn, worsted weight yarn, work, lightly stuffed with polyfill. Okay. So I'm going to undo this. And the ER just has changed so much of it. Yeah, it's a little bit different in the behavioral health unit, but it's not so much the pandemic as it is how they handle things. So I voluntarily went in, and they wanted to involuntarily commit me so that I could go to a random place in North Carolina. Like, no idea where I'd be going. So I could end up on the other side of North Carolina, which I'm right in the middle, so it wouldn't be the worst, but it could be like 5 hours or something. And someone would have to pick me up. I'd have to get a police cruiser to take me there, and that's why they have to involuntarily commit me, because then a police cruiser can take me there. And when you're involuntarily committed, you must stay at that ER or that hospital for 72 hours. It's called a 72-hour hold. And there's a question of my safety as someone who is trans, because we don't know if they would put me in a men's ward or a woman's ward, and if I'd be safe in either ward. So I try to find non-gendered wards. So they basically were like, hey, this is what's gonna happen. And I was like, I don't think that this is a good idea. Because they're worried about my safety, but are they worried about my safety enough to put me in a gendered ward? And the answer is they have no control over it. And so I'm like, this is bullshit. I feel like if I go home, I know the amount of safety I'll have. Whereas if I stay, I don't know what will happen. And I specifically chose that hospital because it had a award on campus, and so it's like, well, what did you want me to do? Like, I don't know. It's a very sticky situation. Because I know I should be there right now, but I also don't know. No problem. But I also don't know if that's gonna work for me. I turn so that you're working back along the other side of chain, single crochet in next 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 single crochet in the last stitch. Okay, so this is what I have so far. It just looks like a little oval. You crochet along one side, and then you turn and you crochet along the underside. So it's really easy. You'll see it in a lot of amigurumi and that type of pattern. And this will be probably the base of my hand, if I'm not mistaken. But I've been mistaken before. Who knows? Okay. So it's not giving me a chain stitch, which is common in amigurumi as well, because they want you to kind of keep it nice and tight. So you're working on a continuous round. So it's important to have a stitch marker. Now for stitch marker, you can have a locking stitch marker, which isn't preferred, but it's better than nothing. I just put it in and I don't lock it. You can have a non-locking stitch marker, something like I don't have one around me. It's just one of those circle ones that has kind of paper cutter type end to it, or you can just use a piece of yarn. You can just slip your yarn in there and then slip it out when you're supposed to. The only thing I don't like about the yarn is that if you forget to put your stitch marker in, you will forget, or you can't like put it in. You have to go back and then put it in. So, so yeah, that's one of the things I do not like about it. You might be wondering why I'm drinking pumpkin beer in February. It's because I always love pumpkin beer. And just one pumpkin beer can't hurt. So now we're gonna do the next round of our our hand. So round 2, 2 crochet into first stitch. 1 single crochet into next 4. Two, 3, 4. And your stitch marker is going to move around a little bit. Just make sure it doesn't pop out. Usually these are pretty secure, but just a heads up. 2 single crochet in each next 3 stitches. This is kind of like the pattern that I use for my hacker. Just kind of building up the base of the ball set. Okay. Then 1 single crochet next 4. And then 2 single crochet into the last stitch. Okay, now that we have that, we're going to single crochet around and get 20 stitches. There's this little antler. Okay, so now we're going to two single crochets in the first stitch. One in the next four. You know, so we have a little bit more depth. It's starting to come out. Okay, so I'm gonna lock the stitch marker. So it's a little bit more well behaved. Okay, and then two single crochet in the next two. So this is what it looks like so far. If you're wondering what color I'm using the Skein Tones, Lion Brand Skein Tones, and I'm using it in the color Cedar Wood. So that's the color I'm using here. And here I'm using the color, I think it's called Lilac Dew, in the Red Heart Super Saver Brushed. One and the next four. Two. Two. And the next two. And next four. So I'm just reading off a pattern for a stuffed hand that I can use to make the I love you sign or do a middle finger or whatever I want. Oh, my count's way off. One, two, three, four, five, six. It's supposed to be six, not eight. Just gonna keep on going, even though I know it's wrong. And with that, I will leave you all to it. I'm gonna work on this hand some more. I'm gonna work on some other stuff. So I hope you all enjoy this, and I'll see you around. Love you.